We recently spent some time exploring Opatija, Croatia, a lovely seaside town in Croatia's Istrian Peninsula. This part of Croatia is well known for its truffles, and we indulged in tons of truffle dishes while we were there. In honor of this trip and the wonderful truffles we had, we're going to make some homemade truffle pasta today. Welcome to Turks Who Eat. We're Alex and Mehmet, a couple who loves to travel and eat. We also bring our dog, Bindi, along with us for as many adventures as possible. We love traveling, and eating local foods tends to be the highlight of our travels. We love to discover the local dishes and learn how to make them ourselves. Follow along with us as we explore the world, discover local foods, and attempt to recreate them. We actually made this dish while we were visiting Opatija, but we were cooking in our Airbnb kitchen and ran into a few snags. While the end result was okay, we felt that this dish deserved to be made properly, so we're back home now and we're going to recreate it. Since truffles are such a special ingredient, we felt like they deserve the best possible treatment, and what could be better than fresh homemade pasta? Homemade pasta is a real treat and truly one of my favorite things to make. We'll pair our homemade pasta with a light mushroom sauce and plenty of sliced black truffles. It might sound intimidating to make your own pasta, but let us show you how. Pasta dough only requires a few simple ingredients: flour, eggs, salt, and a bit of olive oil. We're using 00 flour for this pasta, but if all you have is regular all-purpose flour, that will work completely fine. To begin, place your flour in a bowl and create a well in the middle of the flour. Then, add your eggs into the well. Add a half a teaspoon of salt and a half teaspoon of olive oil into the well. I'm going to let my KitchenAid do the work today, so I'm fitting it with the dough hook and we'll let it combine and knead everything. If you don't have a mixer like this, you can of course do this by hand, it just takes a lot more effort. Kneading the dough can take some time, so be patient. If after 5 minutes or so, your dough still really isn't coming together, then you can drizzle in another half teaspoon of olive oil to help it along. The dough is ready when all of the flour is combined and you have a smooth ball that comes away from the sides of the bowl. Once your dough is ready, set it aside to rest for at least 30 minutes. Now, it's time to roll out and cut your dough. Again, I'm using my KitchenAid mixer here with the pasta roller attachment. If you don't have this, you can definitely still make your own pasta. It will just be a bit more of a workout to roll out the dough and cut it by hand. Divide your dough into 4 pieces. You'll work with these one at a time, so take one and cover the others and set them aside. Begin by doing your best to shape the dough into a small rectangle and put it through the dough attachment at the widest setting. When it comes through, fold it into a rectangle and put it through again. Keep some flour nearby and dust the dough if it is too sticky. Repeat this a few times until you have a somewhat smooth and even shape. Then, adjust the attachment to one setting thinner and run the pasta dough through at least twice until it pretty much easily slides through that setting. Repeat this on the next few settings until you reach your desired thickness. If your pasta becomes sticky as you go, dust it with a small amount of flour. I'm stopping at the level 5 setting today. If you're doing this by hand, you'll just use a rolling pin to roll the dough out onto a lightly floured surface. Once your dough is rolled out, switch the attachment to the pasta cutter. Place the sheet of dough through the pasta cutter, and there you go, beautiful homemade noodles. If you're doing this by hand, use a knife to cut the dough into noodles as evenly as possible. Set the pasta aside while you repeat these steps with the rest of the dough. Once all your pasta is cut, bring a pot of salted water to a boil and prepare the sauce. For this sauce, you'll need some mushrooms, butter, olive oil, Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, a bit of parsley to top it with, and of course, your sliced truffles. I like to use the pre-sliced truffles because I think the quality is generally better than the whole truffles that I can find in my area. But of course, you can slice whole ones yourself if you prefer. Start by thinly slicing your mushrooms. I'm going to start by sauteing some mushrooms in a bit of butter and olive oil until their liquid has evaporated. While this is happening, grate about 1 cup of the cheese. At this point, my mushrooms are looking good, so I'm turning down the heat and dropping my pasta into the boiling water. Fresh pasta cooks very quickly. Let it boil for about 2 minutes, then remove the pasta from the water and add it to the mushrooms. Reserve about 1/4 cup of the pasta cooking water and add it to the pan with the mushrooms and the pasta and toss to combine. This should help you get a nice silky sauce. Then add about 1/2 cup of the grated cheese and toss it until it all combines into a smooth but not too heavy sauce. Now it's time for the best part, the truffles. I'm adding in a few spoonfuls and tossing it all together. Serve your pasta with a bit more freshly grated cheese and some fresh parsley. The homemade pasta is just so good. It's rich in taste and springy in texture. The truffles and mushrooms bring a ton of earthy flavor. This dish is indulgent and totally worth the effort. We hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to see where we're cooking next.